Okay, now number two is that if your role or your job isn't exceptional, for example, if you're not a general manager making $300,000 a year when you're 20, then the amount of effort you would have to put in to get that amount of status, money, role, or just the amount of enjoyment you get from that job at a different job is relatively minimal. Now, what that means is that if you don't like the role you're at, just leave. For example, if you don't like your job, but you make $1 million a year from it and you're 21, then that's one conversation. But there is zero reason that you shouldn't leave your job if you don't like it and you make, say, $60,000 or $70,000 a year at, say, 24. Most people just either don't like their jobs or don't want to work a lot. Or to add to that, they're just bad at what they do, which you'll see a lot more as you start to work in, big businesses. Okay, now number seven is just quote unquote sharpen your sword, in that very few people actually just sit down and think about the systems, the workflows, the processes that they're accustomed to at their job. And that goes back to that quote of, sharpen the axe before you cut the tree. Like, if you can just sit for an hour and come up with one thing that will decrease the effort or the time required to do something else that you have to do for your job by 10%, then you're going to save 100, 500, 1,000 hours for you or your team just by sitting down for that hour.